Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, Analytical Vigilante. Look at that graphic. Look at it rise up. Still got a lot of glare. You can kind of see what's behind the camera, but whatever, folks. That's what do you want? YouTube. So the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. She was found guilty on 5 of 6 counts, and we're waiting for sentencing. And I had a conversation with Whitney Webb that was on this show. Please go back and watch it. I have a whole Epstein playlist. The things I talked about with numerous people, including Whitney Webb, is what's going to happen. Because the ruling elites, Ghislaine Maxwell probably has, hard drives with videos of God knows what powerful people doing horrible things to children, because they're all pedophiles, sex trafficking pedophiles. She's a pedophile. She's a rapist. She's a rapist and a pedophile, and the media will not call her that, even though she's a rapist and a pedophile. Call her Epstein associate. She's a sex trafficking pedophile. That's who she is. And I was like, what's going to happen with the sentencing? Because she gets a long sentence and she threatens to come out about getting anybody. She's going to, hang herself with a paper t-shirt or something like that. Or she's going to get COVID in prison. Or it's going to be like 18 months, cleaning this country club. It'll be one of those sentences. But there's this new little wrinkle that's been started. Oh, they're asking for a retrial because 2 of the jurors revealed they were victims of sexual assault. Oh, that's influencing the jury. That's what they're trying. Now, I'm not defending Ghislaine Maxwell's attorneys. A defense attorney's job is to find whatever thing they can to get their client off. That's their job. Fine. So this has come out. And again, this is the corporate media. The judge in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial told jurors it was okay to draw on their personal experiences as the Jeffrey Epstein Associates' convictions is under scrutiny. Okay? And this was in the story. Again, this is Ghislaine Maxwell and the judge. No, I have to say this every time. There are no photos of Ghislaine Maxwell in court, no mugshot, no perp walk, nothing. There's photos of her rat-faced sister and degenerate pieces of shit brother, her 3 siblings, photos and videos of them walking in and out of the courthouse. Remember when Harvey Weinstein was on trial, that rapist piece of shit? We'd see him old hobbling up there in his walker trying to look like an innocent old man. No, you're just an old decrepit rapist. No photos. I got to ask this every time. There's no photos of her in custody. There's nothing. Huh. Separate issue. But this is the fine print. Ghislaine requested a new trial after jurors spoke to the media. 2 jurors have said they shared their experience with sexual abuse during deliberations and that they may have swayed other juries to convict. Now, this is at the top of the article. Now, I've pointed this out on the show numerous times. They put this stuff in the top, and then later in the article, I'll show you, the judge told them to say this, right? Again, this is the we're going to get into the specifics of this, what the judge actually said, and another judge, a retired judge, lawyer judge will verify. It's standard procedure for the judge to say you can go draw on your own personal experiences. Well, if they want to say, oh, they swayed the jury or we can't have rape survivors on the jury. Well, 1 in 4 women have been victims of sexual assault, and 1 in 6 men, because it was a man and a woman who said this. So good luck. Insiders Kelsey Vamas previously spoke to legal experts who said that Maxwell's case could be retried, planting the seeds. The ruling elites are planting the seeds. Oh boy, those juries shouldn't have said anything, or it's the technicality. Get ready for a technicality. I knew there's something. I knew it. There's something. It's just like, oh, she's guilty. She's going to spend 30 years in jail. Nope. I hope I'm wrong. Whitney Webb, her and I both said the same thing. We hope we're wrong. I hope she dies in prison. I hope Ghislaine Maxwell dies in prison. but this ain't a regular trial. Could be retried if the two jurors who spoke to the media are discovered to have lied on a pretrial questionnaire that asked whether they or someone they had experienced sexual abuse. So apparently, and this is like, if you've ever done, I've been on jury duty and they asked me, one time, this was in 2018, 2019, I had jury duty, and it was in a domestic, it was in an assault case. And they asked the jurors, has anyone ever had a restraining order against them? Has anybody ever gotten a restraining order against someone else? And I had to raise my hand because that's true. I have a restraining order against my ex-girlfriend. It expires in 2024. And so I had to admit that. And they were like, okay, you're done. They couldn't have me on the trial, which is like, in that instance, I get it. That's not necessarily, could I be impartial? Probably not. So if there was an opportunity for these jurors to say, yes, I have been a victim of sexual assault, and they said no, and then it came out later, then they're in trouble. Then Maxwell's defense has a case. But this I just don't trust these ruling elites. I just don't trust these ruling elites. Maybe they did fill out and said, yes, they were victims. And then maybe, that initial questionnaire but the new one, they didn't check. I don't trust these people at all. Look what happened with Epstein. He's on suicide watch. He's wearing a paper clothing. Oh, the camera is broken the day that he died. Oh, the guards were selling drawings on Etsy or whatever there's to, and the charges were dropped against them, which is fair. Those two shouldn't be charged in the Epstein murder. That he was murdered, right? So there's just, they're going to just, and this gives the plausible deniability of, they had a trial. I mean, they found her guilty, but those jurors, man, technicality, retry, and then, and we're going to talk about the judge in a second. The first juror to speak out using only his first and middle name, Scotty David, as I said, 1 in 6 men are victims of sexual assault. I was, as a child, by a woman. Told The Independent and Reuters that his experience as a survivor of sexual abuse led him to believe the accusers who testified to the trial, despite some gaps in their recollections. David said the rest of the jury went dead silent when he shared this experience with them during deliberations. A second anonymous juror told the New York Times that they had been sexually abused as a child and also discussed this with the rest of the jury, which they believed had influenced the deliberations. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 6 men, that's what's reported. It's probably like 1 in 2 for both. And the judge said, you can do this. So again, the judge said you can draw on personal experiences. But we have to question this judge, right? Maxwell will get off because she has dirt covering too many of the world elites. Judge Allison Nathan is presiding over the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. She is a member of the Skull and Bones Sister Secret Society, Quill and Dagger, right? She was John Kerry's Associate National Counsel in 2004. She was Special Assistant and White House Counsel to Barack Obama from 2008 to 2010 and appointed to the federal bench by Obama. She was appointed to the appeals court this year by Joe Biden. Now we know, so she didn't work directly with the Clintons, but she worked in the Obama White House when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. Hillary was on Epstein's plane twice. Bill Clinton was on 26 times. And the Clintons were at Epstein's New Mexico compound numerous times. And Ghislaine Maxwell was at their daughter's wedding in 2011, 2 years after she'd settled out of court. She worked with the Democrat elites. Well, the Clintons are in there somewhere. Also in the media, no one in the media, so we're talking about this juror, maybe the jurors weren't honest. Weird that in the last week of the trial, 118 pages of flight records were released. One of the people that was in that was President Trump, who initially was only on one flight of Epstein's. The new flight records show he was on 4 more, totaling 5. Why wasn't the media screaming about? You would think Rachel Maddow and everyone, Joyanne Reed and everyone at CNN and MSNBC, they clearly just hate Trump. You'd think they'd be screaming about that, but they didn't. Because the ruling elite said, we want this to go away. So this is going to get a retrial, right? So this judge, who is suspect, said it's okay to draw on personal experiences. Now, in all fairness, these instructions to jurors were standard, according to retired federal judge Stephen T. Brown, who now teaches a course on jury selection at Florida State University College of Law. Okay. But let's not forget, this judge said, Judge Allison Nathan said that Alan Dershowitz was a luminary. Dershowitz, clearly one of the pedophiles in the Epstein gang. Clearly. He's a luminary. So this judge that was in the Quill and Dagger, the Skull and Bones, the girl version of this creepy secret handshake Yale club, that's a ruling elite's training ground. Those secret societies at Ivy League colleges, that's where they train these blue blood awful people to become even worse. And again, James Comey's daughter is the lead prosecutor. So I'm going to watch. If they go to a retrial, then she's going to get acquitted. Like, if she gets acquitted anyway or serves 18 months in a country club prison, then we know she has evidence on these people. And she said, I'm going to release this. If I go down, you're going down. So they're going to do whatever they can to make it look like she had a real trial. Because this is the thing I've talked about before with regard to the Maxwell case. Whitney Webb and I have talked about this. They don't want and some people who haven't, they're just like, oh, they're going to kill her in prison. No, they're not. I really don't think that's going to happen, because people didn't stop talking about, hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself was trending for months. Lindsey Graham was talking about it in Congress when they were grilling the Department of Corrections, the people that ran the prison where Epstein died. They don't want that to happen with Maxwell. They want this to go away. Oh, she's in jail. We got her. Or, oh boy, these jurors forgot to check that box. Oh, technicality. She's free, but we're going to try to reach it. Trust me, man. Trust me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope she does hard time. We have not seen a mugshot. We have not seen her in jail. And we know how the ruling elites do this. We know how they do this. No photos. It's a lot of questions here. A lot of questions. Maxwell is guilty. She needs to die in prison. And all that information. Remember, the other thing I forgot to point out, this is also the same judge that ruled that the photos and evidence seized from Epstein's penthouse in New York City were inadmissible. And Comey's daughter said it was a setback. That's huge. You lost a bunch of, and so that's, they remember now, they want to seal this off. They don't want the world to know that the most powerful people in the world rape and traffic children. They rape and sell them around the planet. They don't want you to know that. They want you to think it's as isolated. There's one couple bad apples. It's like the Catholic Church did it. A couple of bad priests. No, the Vatican knows about it. There's pedophiles in the Vatican, right? Few bad apple cops. Nope. Systemic. The police departments are corrupt, racist. Few bad apple. Then you don't see how corrupt the whole system is, right? The judge that has all these ties to these secret societies and democratic elites. Comey's daughter, they throw out evidence. She's still found guilty on 5 of 6 counts. We still haven't done sentencing yet. All these question marks. All these question marks. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. Do not trust the elites. They are evil. Billionaires are awful. Immigrants didn't steal your jobs. Billionaires did. Anyone with ties to Epstein is a piece of shit. Trump's a piece of shit. The Clintons are pieces of shit. They're all pieces of shit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Support our show because we've been demonetized by big tech, probably because we've been talking about Epstein for the last 2 years. A lot of shows that talk about Epstein all got dinged by YouTube in the last year. Weird. They don't want anyone talking about it. So support us at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockman.com/Graham Elwood. Shave your knuckles for justice. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood and go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.